There it is, folks. The battle is just ahead of us. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's hit it. Crack the world's shell.
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that, too?
Certology. The foul.
Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's teach this guy a lesson.
Wipe out! Haven't forgotten your training, I hope. Water jet! Go!
You missed, dickhead.
Water jet! Yeah!
This world.
Watch out!
Haven't had enough of my power.
There you go.
Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle. Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power, such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry, it's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity, or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sertologi. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing more criticism than the literary works in the Universitas Magistrorum. Yet, he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and malice were one and the same, and he could not see the difference. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this and go down without a fight?
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something, and he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first time I'd actually felt the thrill of combat. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundaries of possibility. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his, and at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead, I was too embarrassed to even ask him to spar. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether."
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day, and we can spar like we used to.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe, and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Your heart? That sounds like torture! How did you even survive that?
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a leap of faith. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made. But if you'll allow it, I do want to apologize. To both of you.
After the beating we just gave you, I think we can call it even.
You're an interesting one as well. Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him, all the while standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb, or when we will see the sun again.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will overcome it. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. The first time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and passion emanating from your blade. It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world, the joy of an artist uncovering a temple of wonders.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions outright. Yet you were able to read them from my blade, like a glimpse into my inner world. You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of joy, and my defeat brings me no regret whatsoever.
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. A battle to end all battles. After which, all can come to an end, including, perhaps, his life. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal: to complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his goal. What a battle that would be. Oh, to witness such a...
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist, but it does not remove the pain. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. What a shame. I would have loved to witness that battle. Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you release me from the pain?
I can, but not through death, if that's what you were hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before, no longer tortured by powers you can't control. But it will be a time-consuming and painful process. The decision is yours to make.
I accept. And who knows? Perhaps I'll wake up in time to witness your great battle with Sertologi. I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. Though, I know it'll be a long and arduous road. If we are climbers in the dark, it appears the dawn has finally broken for me. But your ascent continues. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time. We did it! It's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome. We're just that awesome.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Guess you really have become stronger. Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned, the ones that died out, are they back now?
Yes. The power Skofnunger stole has been returned. So, the stars have regained their light.
Great! Huh, it's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappeared, Paimon definitely wouldn't be able to tell.
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings.
I'd love to see what it's like up there.
Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves and uncover our true strength. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder, what is it going to take for kindness to reign supreme in the vast expanse of the universe?
Ugh, this is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the Traveler always finds a way. Ever since we met, he has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, he always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. And if two's still not enough, then three. We've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it.
Will we meet again?
I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that at the end of this journey, wherever it takes us, we stand in a world reborn. One without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom, even where there was once nothing but scorched earth. For this, We must all work to become stronger.
Of course, Master.
If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin Restaurant, it's about time you returned the favor.
I figured. And speaking of stars, let's see. Let's see how well we do. Let's see if we reunite right now. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's been a long time since Tainari came out with the 5-star. Let's try this again. Well, it's not Skirk, but just weapons this time. Yeah. 'Tis a shame. 'Tis a shame. But Tainari was my curse for so very long that he blocked me from so many daily commissions and things. I mean, not daily commissions. He cursed me from so many pulls. He was the thing that blocked me from Klee for so very long, and then Klee got around to the Chronicled Wish this past year, and I was able to get her, which I'd been wanting her since the start of the game, just like Zhongli. Now I have them both. It was interesting how it made me take Hydro after it used it. But But then again, I think that was just basically a rental traveler during the story, because he also didn't have the Aquila Favonia, which is, of course, this lovely beauty, which I have a replica hanging on the wall next to the Traveler's Autograph, Zach Aguilar, who is also returning to the game, I believe, next version. Both he and the female Traveler will be back. Hopefully Venti's back as well. I know she's recorded her voice lines, but let's go run off and do something else real quick. What shall we do? The Battle Pass is live. So there's a lot of things we can do. Let's check it really quick. 7 domain challenges? I think we can do better than that. Let's see what domains we should be doing. Let's see. So that's Max Ascended. Of course, that's Max Ascended, I believe. Yeah. Max Ascended. Max Ascension. Let's see. Oh, that's Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Today, the day I'm recording this, is a Thursday. I don't think there is one on a Thursday. Hey, look at that. Let's go meet up with some friends. Where is she? Possibly above me? Entirely possible. Hey, look what I found, though. I found a treasure chest.
A reward on the road.
In the house of Dana, huh? So I was right to go up here. Wait a minute. What's that? I think it's just one of these lanterns like this. Man, finding my way through the academia is always a pain in the ass. Here we go. The House of Dana's this way. Gentlemen. Kale?
Oh, okay, I've got it. Thank you, Kale.
If you're interested, you can also read the section on Nilopala lotuses in A Study of the Properties of Rainforest Vegetation. If anything gives you trouble, come find me anytime, and we could talk about it.
Understood. Thanks again, Kale.
Told you not to say thank you so much. Senior Researcher Kale. Always a pleasure. Traveler, it's you. Please, don't tease me like that. You look so professional. No. I was just helping out my junior colleagues with some of their homework on plant identification. That's all. There were originally only supposed to be 2 or 3 people coming over quick study session, but I never imagined so many people would show up. Once again, it was Master Tainari who stepped in. He helped us reserve one of the bigger unused classrooms. We never could have had seats for everyone otherwise. It's just that I had planned to sit down with everyone and review the questions together, but Master Tainari made me go up on the podium. Oh, it's my first time up there. There were so many people down below that I froze. I couldn't say a word. I'd prepared for days in advance, even reorganized all my notes with my old patrols. But once I was up there, my mind went blank. I couldn't remember anything. Thankfully, Master Tainari did the introduction for me and had everyone say their piece. He then summarized all their questions and left it to me to answer them. I loosened up after answering the first few and really started to get into it. By the end, I almost forgot I was still up there. Guess I must have been really focused. Hey, you put in the effort. Yeah. And it's also thanks to everyone else's help, too. Did you forget to eat? That's right. I was so busy today, I haven't had much to eat. Not since this morning. I'm gonna go eat now. I still have to go be his teaching assistant later. See you next time, traveler. Maybe next time I'm up there on the podium, it'll be for an official lecture, not just tutoring. Wonder who else is on the map. See, I think it's all the other locations this time, not Mondstadt and. So let's see. We'll look through Sumeru. Pan it back a little bit so maybe we can see somebody. Alright, there's the top of Sumeru. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody in Sumeru. Let's go up to Fontaine. Ah, there's Lenny. Let's go see our old friend Lenny. Howdy here, bird. Oh, crap. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Lenny.
Still a ways to go.
Lenny, what's up?
Traveler, I never imagined I'd run into you here. Seems I owe that Gus just now an apology. It blew my hat away, seemingly for no reason. But no sooner had I caught it that I ran into you.
Planning a visit to the Institute?
Yeah, there's a researcher I'm looking for. One who's also interested in magic. He said he'd like to talk shop with me. Word is that he's invented all kinds of fantastic devices that are perfect for some truly amazing tricks. For example, he once made a miniature thermos that he kept stuffed up his sleeve. All he had to do was twitch his finger to activate the mechanism, and voila! The ice within would slide down and out through his sleeve. The ice trick, one of his myriad magic tricks.
Huh. You know, it feels just like sleight of hand to me.
Of course it counts. Just think about it. You're a poor office worker sweltering behind your desk. You want nothing more than to head out and buy an ice-cold Fanta to quench your thirst. But it's just way too hot. The Fanta machine's broken and only dispenses warm Fanta, and there's no ice anywhere in the office. Just as you totter on the edge of despair, the colleague beside you claps their hands, and a few ice cubes suddenly appear in your cup of Fanta. Just imagine, how would you feel?
Ah, my savior. Archon of ice cubes.
Now you get it. That's what he researches. Close-up magic for daily use. That's why I'm paying him a visit, too. I'd love to help him refine his close-quarters tricks and improve the impact of his close-up performances. After all, the most important part of magic is the performance, especially when you're up close and personal. Perform well and the audience will be spellbound. They'll think, I need to get closer. No, closer. I must see what surprises this magician's got in store for me.
What?
Here, this is for you, to commemorate our meeting today.
Why not? You are the greatest magician, Lenny.
Thanks for playing along. You truly are the best audience I could ask for. As long as you're beside me, I know even the thorny tricks will go off without a hitch. Uh-oh. Would you look at the time? I'd better not keep our man waiting. See you next time.
Okay, see who else is on the map. Let me see. I mean, I would guess Inazuma is part of it. Whoa. 3 on the map right there. Very close to each other. Interesting. Really don't want to mess with her first. Let's go see Ayato. This style has a certain light-hearted charm. I believe Ayaka would find it pleasing. Doing some clothing shopping, Yato? Now this is a fortuitous encounter, traveler. I had previously pre-ordered a batch of fabrics from Ogura's, and they would typically be delivered to the Kamisato estate for us to make our selection. However, as I was already at Tenchikaku today for discussions with Her Excellency, I thought I might as well stop by and review them in person. So you choose them personally? Were these meant for ordinary use, then they would naturally be handled by relevant staff. However, consideration for attire used in official functions begins with the fabric and colors. These I often see to personally. After all, given the Kamisato clan's role within the Laoshiro Commission, overseeing cultural and civil affairs, even minor choices regarding textile patterns draw public scrutiny. Many merchants market their products using Yashiro Commission-approved labels after our annual procurements. I did once delegate the task, but vendors rushed to offer my representative bribes. And the temptation proved too much for him. It was no small matter to resolve it. I have personally overseen such matters since. A stitch in time saves 9, of course. Sounds exhausting. The Yashiro Commission's duties are never simple. I've grown accustomed to it by now. I've already narrowed it down to 2 candidates. Yet I find myself hesitating between them. Traveler, would you lend me your judgment? Yeah, sure it's okay for me? You are one of our most esteemed guests. More importantly, you are Ayaka's close friend. Rather than being merely okay. I would say none are better suited. In any case, your bearing and sophistication assure me of your excellent taste in fabrics. The right one. A fine choice. Excuse me. This is the one. Please bundle 5 bolts for delivery to the Kamisato estate. My gratitude. This was quite the dilemma. I still have a few other matters to attend to. Once the garments are ready, please do visit our estate. I hope those clothes turn out beautiful. With the quality fabric you selected, their beauty is assured. Farewell for now, traveler. Until our next rendezvous. In a moment. Uh-oh. More friends than I have expected. Which is to say that as long as someone passes the exam and gets a domestic services provider license, they'll be able to take more repair and cleaning jobs. That's exactly it, Miss Cookie. The Yashiro Commission is promoting training and exams for housekeeping skills to help boost employment opportunities for residents seeking the work. Doing a little job hunting? Oh hey, traveler. That's right. I'm looking into the Yashiro Commission's housekeeping training program. Toma says that as long as you complete the full course, pass the exam, the Yashiro Commission will issue you official license. It's a significant advantage for job seekers. I imagine that with your talent, getting the license should be a piece of cake. You flatter me. But while exams don't faze me, the rest of the Arataki gang... Yeah, boss's last job was to give exfoliating back scrubs Ice a bathhouse. But he went at it a bit too hard and ended up scrubbing skin off too. Last month, Akira helped grill skewers at Shimura's. For everyone he grilled, he ate 3. Shimura's would have been in the red for a whole month if bystanders hadn't intervened. Then there's Mamoru and Genta. Ushi's the only one who doesn't cause trouble. And that's because he doesn't need to work. You know, wouldn't that get him fired? Right on the money. When I asked, they all replied in perfect unison. Sorry we got fired again, hee hee. In short, aside from me, the entire Arataki gang is presently unemployed. Well, that's pretty on brand. So, Miss Cookie, I take it that you intend to secure licenses for the gang, and in doing so, improve their job prospects? Yep, my thoughts exactly. But just dragging them here to take the test is probably pointless. It's better if I get the license first. Then I can go back and tutor them myself. That's much more likely to succeed. Very thorough. In that case, are you ready to enroll right now? give me a bit. I need to go back and fetch my documents. And also give the boss a heads up. Sounds good. Once you're ready, you can find me at the Yashiro Commission to register. You can sign up at any time before I go on leave. Got it. I'll be quick. Thanks a lot, Toma. Now that's someone who doesn't mess around. Been a while, traveler. What do you think? You know, without her, the whole Arataki gang would collapse. You're taking a vacation or something, Toma? I am. The Yashiro Commission is spearheading the Domestic Services Training Program. And once I finish assisting the others with the registration process, I plan to take a long vacation. Lord Kamisato has already approved. I plan to head to Mondstadt and help my mother with a few things. You headed back to Mondstadt? What's with the surprised look? I didn't think I'd ever shared much about my family with you. There's nothing special about them. My mom was born and raised in Mondstadt, and she's a Knight of Favonius. Contact between Mondstadt and Inazuma has risen since the Sakoku decree was lifted. So it's gotten easier to write. Once I got a letter from her demanding I send her Inazuman wines so she could test what you're drinking over there. But what can possibly rival dandelion wine, huh? Shame though. Even a taste of home might be a luxury for her now. Grandmaster Varka's expedition is camped in Nodecry, and she received her orders to transfer. She's already en route to join those. It's been years since I last went back. Once I get there, I'll help sort through everything she left behind, see how much Mondstadt's changed. Given how far your travels take you, maybe we'll bump into each other sometime. Just checking. Okay. Looks like we can go talk to Mizuki before we get, probably roped into something by Migo. Shion, my apologies for not greeting you sooner. You need any help? What? No, that wouldn't do. You've been queuing too long, and you're sick of waiting, right? That's it, isn't it? I'm so sorry. Why don't you find a seat and rest for a while? I'll fetch you some refreshments. I'm just here to see me. Whoa. Layla? No. That's no good. The abstract needs to be more detailed.
Excuse me, Miss Layla?
But if we go too in-depth, it might come off as indistinct from the main body. How am I gonna do this?
Miss Layla, shall we discuss this inside? We can sit down and chat.
So sorry. I didn't mean to spiral. I just couldn't help thinking about my thesis again.
It's fine. I've treated several academia students before. You can say I've encountered Similar states of mind to yours.
You've been to Sumeru?
Yes, a scholar there once invited me to help treat his students.
Really? Did any of them have severe issues?
I wouldn't go that far. Just long-term insomnia, terror, paranoia, as well as acute tinnitus and vertigo.
Are you describing thesis writing or monster slaying? I'd rather face monsters. If you succeed, then all is well. If you fail, at least you never have to worry about anything else again. But a thesis... I don't even know what counts as a success or failure. I'd finally squeezed the third draft out, but upon seeing it, my advisor just flipped it face down and said, "Forget your thesis for now. First, you need to go to Isa Bathhouse in Inazuma, relax and recover a bit. I've already made arrangements for you." Huh. It's good to relax every now and then.
That's correct. I received a letter from Miss Layla's advisor in advance, with details about her situation and a request to provide therapy for her. I think it's quite likely that a mutual acquaintance shared my contact information.
No, things can't be that simple. My thesis isn't done. We've just started our research topic, and I have a file, an entire pile of unsubmitted work from my research group. Maybe my advisor thinks I'm totally useless and wants to get rid of me. Hey! Snap out of it. This must be my advisor's last gift, the last bath I'll ever take. Once I return to the academia, I'll be expelled, then left alone in a corner doing star charts forever. Get a hold of yourself.
It's just as the letter said. Her symptoms are extremely severe. How long has she had this condition? However, her advisor's letter clearly acknowledges her abilities, emphasizing constantly that she is their most outstanding student. Perhaps it's Layla who doesn't believe in her own abilities, thus triggering these symptoms. Evidently, a more thorough evaluation is required.
Excuse me. I'm going in now. If there's any letters for me, please sign for them. Why does it feel like she got worse? Please help her, Mizuki.
Don't worry, I will help her. In fact, I've already come up with a preliminary treatment plan. Now, time to formally begin treatment.
I'm just checking the map. Trying to save Miko for last because she tries to rope me into stuff. Oh well. What am I looking at? Oh. Hi, Tommy. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Hello, traveler. Are you here for a fortune slip? Apologies, but now isn't the best time.
I still see 3 boxes. The stall's ready, right?
It is, and so are the bamboo slips within. However, we've run out of the corresponding fortune slips. That is, the paper slips expounding on the fortune.
That's a thing that happens?
That depends on your fortune. We are currently preparing new slips.
So, how do we check that out?
Draw a slip.
And when can we do that?
That depends on your fortune.
Really? You know, we're just spinning around in circles.
We are. And you've looped around to a great fortune indeed.
How do you... What?
Oh my. I was just wondering who wandered by. Why, it's you, little one. Are you here for a fortune slip?
I guess, but Ringo says they're long gone.
That they are, yes. Everyone in Inazuma seems to be getting more anxious by the year. Oh, won't someone think of the rising paper consumption? We just restocked earlier too, and poof, gone again. Even the great fortune slips are nearly gone. Oh, truly, the troubles of being a Guji never cease. Still, you're in luck today. Here you are, Ringo. 300 fresh, good fortune slips written by yours truly in a single sitting. Should be enough to tide us over.
Just how long does it take to go through those?
Well now, that depends on everyone's fortune, of course. Now, little one, aren't you here to seek yours? Go on. I'll cover your eyes while you draw a slip. Now be sure to draw well. These aren't your everyday fortunes, you know. These are Guji Yai's special slips.
Okay.
See? Ringo was right. Yours is a great fortune after all.
Did you...
Shh. Now. Don't let the whole world know, or yokai might come and snatch your good luck away. This fortune slip was personally written by the current Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine herself, Yai Miko, so it's quite potent. Guard it well, lest it ends up in the hands of a tanuki or baku. All right then. As always, I leave the rest to you, Ringo.
Yes, Lady Guji.
By the rest, you mean...
That's exactly what she means. What Lady Guji wrote were the good fortune slips. The bad ones are yet to be completed.
Alas, any fortune I write would simply be too potent. Surely such power shouldn't be used to foretell doom and gloom. Safer then to have dear Ringo pen the misfortune slips. The well-being of every visitor to our shrine is at stake. Now, I'm off to write the modest fortunes. Do enjoy your wonderful fortune today, little one.
Huh. Really? She's just slacking off, right?
Please enjoy your wonderful fortune today, traveler.
Of course. Oh, you know what? We should probably check that. We got 6. Let's see. Huh, I think we might have enough for that. What's this? Oh. How about that? Okay. Yeah, let's go look. would be Fontaine. We'll save that for next time. So, until next time, I'll catch y'all on a much bigger adventure. I'll see y'all then. Y'all take care of yourselves. See you on the next video.